Okay guys, so I finished up here, got the SCOBY back in the kombucha, ready to go in the fridge and get stored away for the next use. Now, watch this video. This is part 2 of how to flavor your kombucha. Hey everybody, welcome back to Simple Acre Homestead and episode 2, or take 2, or part 2 of basic kombucha making. So in the first video I showed you guys how to, just the concoction of how to get it into the fermentation stage here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bottle it. So this has been in here for 14 days, which is longer than you would need if you were doing a 1 gallon container, which a lot of people would make. I tend to make 3 gallons at a time. I have enough bottles that's what it will fill. I don't actually have 1 gallon containers, or I would probably do it that way. So anyway, I give it a few extra days just because of the volume. So anyway, we'll get started here. So you can see the SCOBY is floating on top. It's got lots of growth happening. You can see some fizzy bubbles, and that's the fermenting. So what I'm going to do is flavor 5 bottles. Now typically we don't necessarily flavor ours. We have tried different things. We do like ginger, a few things like that, but I'm going to try a few other things this time since we are doing the video anyway, and I'm curious, so why not? All right, so I like to use these compression top bottles. They're just nice and handy because once you open it, you can always seal it up again, put it back in the fridge. So we'll do some of these bottles, and what we'll do is we'll let them sit for a couple more days outside, not outside, let me rephrase that, on the counter, because we want it to continue to ferment just a bit longer before we put it in the fridge. Once we put it in the fridge, they'll drop the temperature, the fermentation will stop, and that's where it will remain until you drink it. All right, so we'll start here. So I filled 5 bottles. You can still see there's still a lot of kombucha in this container. So what I'm going to do here is flavor those 5 bottles individually. What I have today is I've got some, unfortunately it's artificial, but it's artificial vanilla extract. We have some lemon slices that Cindy has freeze dried. We have some fresh ginger, well, fresh from the store. We have some frozen apple pieces and some dried mint from our garden. So I'm going to put the ingredients in each bottle before I top them up, just so I know how much headspace I have. So we'll start with the ginger here. Just going to slice it up, small enough to fit in. I don't know if you guys can hear a few animals in the background. We have our 12-year-old lab complaining a little bit. And then in the background, if you listen really closely, you can hear quail that we have in the brooder in the house here. But back to the video that we're talking about. So I'm going to just drop these little pieces of ginger inside. Now I like the flavor, so I'm making it a little stronger than need be. Okay, so that's all I'm going to add to that one. And it's going to take on that ginger flavor, so you'll have a nice, hard to describe, but basically a ginger flavored tea. So, all right, so that one's ready to go. I just have to top it up. Get this out of the way. So the vanilla extract, honestly, I have not tried. So I am not even sure how much to use. All right. Now to the freeze-dried lemon slices. Now these I might have to break up a little bit to get them in there. They smell fantastic. So peeling and all, and once they hit the fluid, like the kombucha, they will go back to their normal form. They'll be just like you sliced a fresh lemon. That's one great thing about freeze-dried food, is it just goes right back to the way it was. Now some of these items you may need to filter a little bit when you go to pour. All right. So we'll try that one. And we have 2 bottles left that I'm going to flavor. The one we're going to use the dried mint. Now, if this was summertime when I was doing this, I would actually go out and cut off a small portion of the plant, stem and all, and actually put that into the container so it's easier to pull out later. Okay. Now again, a lot of this stuff will be adjusted based on your own flavor preferences. Okay, so there's that. And lastly, the frozen apple. Now, I wasn't exactly prepared to do the second half of this video. I know time was getting away from me, and working the off shift this week, we had to kind of deal with the kombucha, because if you let it ferment too long, it will actually turn to a vinegar flavor. And I have had that happen in the past by not getting to it in time. Personally, some people might like it. I don't enjoy that as much, that strong vinegar taste, so I like to catch it before it gets there. All right, so we'll put this apple in. Again, you can still smell it. It should take the flavor. Just got to keep in mind that whatever you're putting in there, you need to be able to get it back out of the bottle. So that's, you don't want to get shoving anything too large in. Okay guys, so there you have it. There's 5 examples, okay? So there's lemon, ginger, apple, mint, and vanilla. I'm gonna top these up, put them on the shelf again for a couple days, put them in the fridge. I'm gonna leave the rest plain kombucha. I can always tweak it a little bit as I go to drink it, but if you can, this is the way to do it. Flavor it, then let it sit for a couple more days. Okay, then you can put it in the fridge, and you have your homemade beverage, carbonated, and probably healthier than any pop you're going to buy in a store. Don't want to overdo it. Do your research. There are supposedly some benefits to it. Some of it is considered gut health. So that will mean if you drink way too much of it, you could end up in the bathroom. So be cautious. Let your body adjust to it. And do your own homework, okay? So if you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends. If you have any questions, ask me. I'm not a professional. We just make it for ourselves, and we do enjoy it. But we do appreciate you watching the video, okay? So keep coming back. Thanks.